Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm Rantoinette. Boy, do I have a lot of stories today. It seems like every Wednesday comes around, it's just always a bigger and bigger day. So let's just get to it. I gotta say, there's a lot of not great news. So just prepare yourself. We are living through history. It is absolutely true. We are living through history. And I gotta say, I'm fucking tired of living through history. It's exhausting. But we got to stay on it, so let's just stay on it. Okay, first story today is got to be about the constitutional crisis we're in. I hear people saying, are we in a constitutional crisis or are we getting close to it? Honey, we are there. We are absolutely there. The executive branch is not following the laws of the judiciary, and that right there, immediate constitutional crisis. And it does not seem like we are even close to stopping. I'm seeing judges trying to move quickly. I don't know if it's going to be quick enough, but at least I'm seeing some movement. The other day, Trump had the right-wing fascist leader of El Salvador, Bukele, to the White House, and it was a fucking free-for-all. It was absolute insanity watching Pam Bondi and Stephen Miller, who is basically just Donald Trump's Goebbels. That's who he is. He's fucking Goebbels. And watching both of those guys lie their fucking pants off, it was absolute insanity. They're both saying that they won the Supreme Court case when it was a 9-0 Supreme Court saying you have to bring Abrego Garcia home. And we're watching this dog and pony show with Donald Trump sitting beside Bukele while Caitlin Collins from CNN is asking, well, are you going to bring him home? And Donald Trump just immediately goes to Pam Bondi because he doesn't know anything. He's golfing all the time. He doesn't know jack or shit. All the guy knows is, I just want people to kiss my ass and get Diet Cokes whenever the fuck I want. So Caitlin Collins asks the question, are you going to bring him home? And Stephen Miller's like, well, he's MS-13, and the court said that he was MS-13. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They absolutely didn't. Abrego Garcia is a legal immigrant who has been living in this country since 2011, and in 2019 got a judge to give him, let him stay here seeking asylum due to the fact that he is from El Salvador, and in El Salvador, he was running away from gang violence. So the one place that we said that the judge said he could not go, that is exactly where we sent him. And we're watching Donald Trump going, oh, I don't know. I don't have the power to do this. And then you look at Bukele, and Bukele's like, well, I can't smuggle him in. Both of those guys need to go fuck themselves. They're absolutely wrong about this, and they know it. They got big shit-eating grins on their face. Yet again, pissing down my leg and telling me it's raining. It's horse shit, and we got to call it that. And I'm seeing a lot of regular old-fashioned, I only watch, the news like for a half an hour every day. I'm watching regular normie voters going, what is going on? No due process? You're putting them in a fucking gulag outside the country? In the 30s, in Germany, there's a reason why Camp Auschwitz was not in Germany. It was in Poland. You put that prison outside of the country so your people don't see the inhumanity, and the human rights violations that are going on. Now, I don't know the mindset of German people in the 1930s. I have a feeling that many of them were, all the way up Adolf Hitler's ass. But right now, we are doing literally the same thing. We are installing puppet regime governments to build facilities for us to send our criminals outside of the country, just like Nazi Germany did. And don't give me this shit of, oh, we're only going to send the criminals. The people that they've already sent have already been investigated, and 90% of them don't even have a criminal record. So this whole we're only sending the worst people. It's absolute horseshit. And eventually it's just going to get to a point. I mean, Donald Trump is already talking. He talked to Bukele about, we're going to need you to build 5 more of these prisons because we got a lot of bad homegrown hombres to send you. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. I've seen some photos overhead, those Google Earth overhead pictures of this dungeon, this gulag that we're sending people to. And there is, right outside, there's like 8 facilities where they're housing these people. They're keeping the people in the cells, 65 to 70 people per cell. It's looking like Auschwitz, where they're literally packed to the rafters. Stacks and stacks of people. No pillows, no blankets, no nothing, no going outside. You're just stuck in this room 24/7. And Bukele has already said this out loud several times. Once you get into this prison, you do not get out. Now, what does that mean? Are we sending more people to just stay there for the rest of their lives until they die? They're not getting any medical attention. Or are we just sending them there to die? I don't know which one it is. Before I was calling it a slave labor camp, but looking at these overhead pictures of this one building in between all of the 8 facilities, it looks like a big old pile of humans. It's really hard to see, and it's been zoomed in on, but you see a big pile of something, and then this big, huge splotch of red, this dark maroon color. Looks like a puddle of blood. I mean, we send more people in there, they run out of space. What do? They just, are we instituting the showers in Auschwitz? Are we taking them outside to a firing squad, shooting them, and then putting them in a kiln and cooking them and spreading the dust outside? There's no land. It's just one big ass fence. There's no yard. You never see anybody outside. It's all covered in gravel. It's looking like a death camp. And we're sending people without any criminal record or due fucking process to a gulag, to a death camp. And before you say, oh, well, he would never do that to me. How do you know he would never do that to you? Without due process to prove that you are not a criminal that needs to be sent to a gulag, without any of that, who's to say? You say one wrong thing, you say the wrong thing that the administration doesn't like, the regime doesn't like, and they just pack you up and ship you off without any due process, without any court hearing. What's to say that, honestly, this is the kind of stuff that ends democracies. Personally, I don't think that we're in a democracy anymore. It's like Bernie and AOC say, we're living in an oligarchy. We're living in a tech bro feudalistic future. It is here now. And the slippery slope to fascism, oh honey, we're there. We're absolutely there. We have a group of people surrounding the president, kissing his ass on a 24/7 basis, asking him questions like, how are you so good at golf? And wow, you're up at 2 o'clock in the morning. You are an amazing, superhuman strength man. Oh my God, can I have your babies? Do you mind if I give you a hand job under the table? Meanwhile, we're shipping people off without any due process to a death camp, allegedly. This is frightening, man. This is fucking frightening. I'm seeing a lot of people waking up to this, and I'm seeing a lot of normie Democrats asking, not just normie Democrats, but normie voters asking what the fuck is going on. Asking senators what the hell is going on. And most of the senators don't have a really good answer. Now, I will give Chris Van Hollen. He is the senator for Maryland, who is, that's where Abrego Garcia is from. And he has not gotten the answers that he wants. He didn't get a chance to talk with Bukele while he was in Washington, D.C. he should have never fucking been there in the first place. But, he's Donald Trump's favorite new dictator. We've got a contract with him. We're literally paying the dude to house criminals for us. We're sending people off site just like they did in fucking Germany. But Chris Van Hollen is literally touched down, I believe, Wednesday morning in El Salvador. And I mean, I'm of two minds about this. One mind is that a senator is a powerful person. It is, as far as political power goes, other than the president, it doesn't get much higher than a senator. There's only 100 of them in this country. So, my one mind is like, hey, we've got somebody down there. Now, by the way, where the fuck are you, Democrats? Where are you? Why didn't you go down there? 12 of you go down there. 20, 30 of you go down there just to check and see what the hell is going on in this goddamn death camp. Where are you? No, but my one mind is telling me that this powerful person going down there might get a chance to see what's going on and doesn't run a risk of anything bad happening to him. I mean, I would not suggest that somebody like Ilhan Omar or Rashida Tlaib or AOC go down there because, first of all, they're Congress people, but at the same time, I've heard people in, congressional hearings sitting next to Ilhan Omar saying she needs to be deported. Who's to say that that actually wouldn't happen to her? It's mind-boggling to think that, but I mean, this is where we are in this society. The other side of my mind with Senator Van Hollen is that something bad could happen to him. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, when the expression, they drank the Kool-Aid. Well, that comes from Jim Jones. And I can't remember the politician that went to go check on those people, his constituents, at the Jim Jones facility. But he went there, he saw something was fishy was going on, and he started to leave, and then they fucking killed him. So that's the other side of me is thinking, gee whiz, man. What happens if he goes down there and he sees something that he shouldn't see or they don't want him to see? And then, oh, it was a killer. Somebody just came out of the blue and shot him. I mean, I'm legitimately fearing for this guy's safety. So whatever you think of Chris Van Hollen, and I don't agree with some of the stuff that he's not very good on Israel and Gaza, absolutely. But at the same time, he's doing something exceptionally brave by doing what he's doing. Now, what I really think is going to happen is that he's going to go down there and nobody's going to talk to him. And he's not going to get a chance to go look in that facility, and they're going to do everything they can to keep him out of there. He doesn't really have any power in that country, other than the fact that he's an American senator, and you better not do anything to harm him. But, is that going to happen? Could it happen in this world that we're living in? There's a distinct possibility that that could happen. And I need you guys to understand something. Due process. Whenever anybody ever talks about the Constitution and where the Constitution came from, where it got its roots from the Magna Carta. That's back in the 1200s. That's a long ass time ago. But the most important part of the Magna Carta was due process. That a king couldn't come and snatch up your land and rape your wife and then kill you. You had some kind of legal recourse over your body, your family, and your property. And we have marched time back past the Magna Carta. Forget the Constitution. We're marching back in time, baby. We want to go back to feudalism, where it's just lords and serfs and peasants. And honestly, I think that that's where they want us. They want us weak, powerless, separated, and afraid, so they can rule over us, take everything that we own, and tell the rest of us who are trying to fight, okay, well, I got a nice gulag down here for you. Open your mouth again, see what happens. God damn, this is some serious shit. I'm watching the judges, what they're doing, and they're holding him. They haven't held him in contempt yet, but I mean, the Supreme Court has already said that Donald Trump is basically immune to any criminality whatsoever. I mean, in their ruling last year, they basically said, if he declares it a presidential act, then it's not illegal. I mean, Richard Nixon is literally rolling over in his grave because they would not let that shit pass under him. But Donald Trump, they're letting him get away with it. But the judges are this close to, declaring contempt of court. And then what's next? That's the question. What's next? Do they seize assets? Do they actually, do some arresting? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they need to seize assets and arrest every last one of them. Maybe Donald Trump won't get arrested, but they should absolutely arrest Pam Bondi and Stephen Miller for not following the court order and fucking lying on camera, saying, oh, that 9-0 decision, that was in favor of us. No, it was not. They said, you need to fucking facilitate that shit. They didn't say actuate, they said facilitate. Whatever. You are parsing out the bullshit. You're picking that shit out of pepper and trying to, tell me a big fat fucking lie and have me confirm it for you. We all know that you're full of shit. And Stephen Miller, you are a goddamn fascist, man. Somebody should have fucking knocked your ass out a long ass time ago. I do not know anybody that is more deserving of an ass whipping than Stephen fucking Miller. Ain't nobody been this fascist. Dude's got to go. And I am desperate for the court to rein this son of a bitch in and this goddamn fascist regime that we're looking at. Because if we do not handle them now, we will not be able to handle them in a year. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Keep rocking.